No, yeah, that would be perfectly all right. Absolutely. My friends are here. I'm gonna have to go. All right. Yeah. Bye. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another TrueTube episode. So sorry about that. People are just trying to get a hold of me left and right. All right. Again, this is another one of these convincing videos I'm going to be doing for you, where this is not for the grand audience being my friends anyway. This is more for Brad, Angel, and George. And Warren. You know what? Warren, get in here. Get your ass in here. So, as you well may know, some of you more than others, I've been playing a lot of Heroes of the Storm recently. I say a lot of, I probably have maybe 10 hours at this point. And I think it's a game that I would like to try with all of you. This is, again, another Fortnite episode in the sense of it is a free game that I think we would all enjoy together, that I was pleasantly surprised. So the only thing I'm asking of you is to spend the time to try it with me. So for George and Angel in particular, George more so than Angel, there's a lot to go here with. Big Blizzard fan. We played Diablo, we played Warcraft, we played StarCraft, so on and so forth. We know a lot of the characters in and out, and it is very cool to see them fighting against each other in a thing. Even Overwatch, and Brad, that's where you're going to get in. But it's cool seeing the characters that we know and love duel it out. But I think there's roughly around 90 characters in the game as of right now. So again, this is a MOBA. It is a different type of MOBA than something like League of Legends or Dota. But it is also so much different than something like Deadlock, where it's not a third-person shooter. It's really not even a shooter. This is your classic top-down MOBA. But instead of an item shop, there's no items. These are level ups. Every character plays a little bit different from one another. They have different powers and abilities, and they're able to upgrade those abilities and pick an ultimate ability to kind of match the game that they're in. So maybe you need to do a little bit more damage, or you need to have a little bit more utility, or maybe you need to be a little bit tankier, so on and so forth. It is cool in that aspect. Another huge aspect of the game is that besides the fact that it's free, you unlock a lot of stuff via loot boxes. So something like the typical Overwatch. Only issue with that is, within the 10 hours, it's quite slow. A lot of the loot boxes, at least the RNG I've gotten, are just your typical, I'm getting skins, I'm getting sprays, I'm getting stuff I don't really care about because I'm getting skins for characters I don't even have unlocked. When I said that there's 90, there are, but you kind of, in the brief tutorial at the beginning, you pick one. I had the one of 3 heroes, and then you got to unlock them after the tutorial. And then there's a weekly rotation. I think it's weekly. There's a weekly rotation where other heroes will come into the I don't know, there's probably a term for it, the space that you're able to pick your heroes before a match. So if you want to play Uther from Warcraft, or if you want to play Diablo from Diablo, or Diva from Overwatch, you kind of, unless you get lucky and get them in a loot box or buy them, you just have to wait for them to come back up in the shop, which does suck. But think of it on this case. If this is a game that you're not sure if you're even going to like, why does that matter? All I'm asking for you, I'm asking for the good old college try here. I'm asking for a few games. Do the tutorial. I know it is going to hurt you. It is going to bleed you dry, but do the tutorial. It teaches you a lot of the game. I think it's much better than Deadlocks. You're going to be able to get a free hero off of that hopefully you enjoy at least a little bit. And maybe there's going to be someone good in the shop. But play a couple games with me. That's all I'm asking. I think it'll be fun. And then after the end of that, if you're just like, no, listen, this is not it, that's fine. We'll move on to the next game. Also, it's only about a 20 gigabyte download. I actually think it was smaller than that. I looked online before this video, before what we're doing right here. I think mine's only like 15 gigabytes off of Battle.net. That's an unfortunate thing. I don't think it's on Steam at all, but it's on Battle.net. We all have Battle.net anyway. So I'm asking for a couple hours of your time, the will to try, and about 20 gigabytes of whatever space you have. And I think we could do that. But the biggest issue or difference comparing this to other MOBAs is the fact that this is a big learning curve of instead of a game like Deadlock, so we've all played Deadlock at this point, where one character can become super fed and just become a monster. This is a so much more of a team-based game. Here's the Storm is, where we have to work together. There is a level system, and I think I've been completely destroying the enemy team, and they were maybe only a level or two behind us, which in some ways I don't like, because it doesn't really reward solo play in the sense of like, if I'm just doing super, super well and my team's not doing well, we're just not going to win. And playing with the bots, that is 1,000% what happens. But that's also the good thing of, there's not this high stress thing of like, maybe you're still learning or you're not having a good game. You're still probably getting something done on the map. I hope. And also the games are quick. Deadlock games, I think, are ranging around like 40 or so minutes. And I would guess realistically, that's probably the same for Dota and League of Legends, probably even Smite. But these games seem to be wrapped up in like 20 minutes, give or take. Probably even quicker with real players that are actually doing the objectives consistently instead of just me playing with bots. I will also say, though, I think this is a very cool idea. There's multiple game modes. Like most of it's your typical, there's 3 lanes, you're paired up with someone in the lane, you go down, fight the enemy heroes. But there seems to be these different little gimmicks in each one of these maps. And there's a bunch. I should have looked that up beforehand. But you might have to, defeat these gods in the middle of the thing, and that will, help send a giant minion to come help, fight through your lane. Or maybe you're trying to collect gold coins and then bring it to a pirate ship in the middle that's going to shoot a cannon at all the enemy towers. I don't know. It is a cool game. I would recommend it. It's a lot of fun. And that's all I really have for you guys today. I hope you guys enjoy it. And drop a like, drop a subscribe, drop a comment, and more than anything, drop a download. Get the game. That's all I'm asking. All right? I'll catch you guys on the flip.